Welcome to Desmond's Donders. Let's head off on a donder.
We're at Findlater and the har is in, so everything has a misty look, as it's not that pleasant for walking. I'm currently working the HF bands. I'm on 20 metres. But the birds are about, skylarks are singing, and there's plenty to see, despite the har, which is rolling in across the firth. Hopefully we'll get down there a bit later, see the castle, and show you a bit more on this Desmond's Donders day trip. This week it's growing barley. In fact, no it's not, this year there's barley in this field. The last couple of times we've been here it's been rapeseed. The fog is rolling in, so I don't think we're going to get to see much of the castle when we get down there. So first, we're going to take a look at the ducat. So let's wander along the path. Oh, we're right up close now. And rather than staying up close, let's go inside. Well, you can no longer look inside to see what's in there. It's all locked up. I'm guessing something happened, so we can't get in to see where the pigeons live and what it used to look like.
I was unable to fly the drone due to the severe har, but here some drone footage from a previous visit where we flew about the ducat.
I'm not sure how to focus on this one, but there's a ladybird. And there was another one about, but it decided it was going somewhere where I couldn't see it. That seems to be it in focus. They seem to stand still when they know the camera's on them. I can't get this one in focus because of the wire. There, sticking out the fog, behind the footpath signs, we can just make out the castle. And there's the viewpoint, and a seat. I'm going to sit there and see if we can get some views of the castle. Well, it's foggy, so the views aren't so good, but let's show you what we can. The Findlater Castle. I think it's definitely a case of pointing you in the direction of previous visits to the castle.
Diary, 14th of June 2020. A Sunday day trip this week, as Lindsay was working overtime on Saturday. We packed into Desmond and headed off. As we approached the car park, two things put us off. First, the car park was quite busy, and secondly, the fog, or har as it is known in these parts. Still, we parked up and got the kettle on. I wanted to try out a 70cm beam on DMR, so set it up and tried to contact the various repeaters. No joy, and I blame the fog. Lindsay went for a walk while I was on the radio. We had some lunch and then visited the Ducat to find it had been locked, and so headed down to the castle. We were able to see the castle through the har, and sometimes we thought it might clear up, but then it rolled back in again. So we headed back up to the van for another copper. I tried again with the DMR setup, but to no avail on RF via the beams. We watched the birds and insect life, as well as people, before it was time to put everything away and head back home. It was way too foggy to fly the drone, but we still had a very good day. The ruins of Findlater Castle stand on a rocky promontory projecting out into the sea some 2 miles east of Cullen and a mile west of Sandend. The brown tourist signs direct you from the A98 to a parking area at a farm, and from here it is a half a mile walk along a good grassy path to the interpretive board on the cliffs behind the castle. And unless you want to follow the path along the cliff towards Sunnyside Beach to the west, that is about as far as we recommend you go. Scotland has no shortage of dangerous structures, but few give off such an aura of genuine risk as Findlater Castle. The presence of paths down the cliffs behind the promontory and then out along it show that people can and do explore. But the castle paths are steep and slippery, and once out among the remains of the castle there seems to be considerable risk of slips into the sea 50 feet below, or of collapses into the underground vaulted areas that cannot be seen. There is also a risk of falling masonry from what seem to be very unstable structures, which in places still stand to a considerable height. Wildlife: buff-tailed bumblebee, large white butterfly, hoverfly, cranefly, small tortoiseshell butterfly, ladybird and red admiral butterfly. Birds: wood pigeon, herring gull, rook, carrion crow, chaffinch, house sparrow, pied wagtail, black-headed gull, skylark, goldfinch, swallow, pheasant, great black-backed gull, cormorant, yellowhammer, blackbird, fulmar, linnet.
Yeah, just a few minutes later, you can see the fog rolling in to obliterate the ducat. I think it's time to go back for a cup of tea.
Thank you for watching Desmond Standers. We'll hope you'll join us again for more photos, waffle and music as we travel around Scotland. Bye for now.